Thank you, Millwood Cutlery.
Oh my God!
Now, the final person who hasn't played at all, and then we get into some people who want to do some more stuff. Please welcome, he's been helping out with sound all night, and it's good to do this stuff. Gary 17.
I like the feel of it. I'm not used to the wide net though.
Hello everybody. Well, what a night this has been. I'm glad I took the night off from my usual rounds of the bars, publishing the magazine, Chino Night, and committed myself to being here to help out with this and be part of it. I have seen some people here tonight that I have not seen in 15 and some cases 20 years. I've had a lot of memories come flooding back. I don't know any Pat Logier songs, so I'm not going to try and play. And even if I did, I would not attempt to play a Pat Logier song because he was far too fine of a guitar player for me to ever, with my meager skills, to try to play one of his songs unless I radically reinterpreted it. But you see if you can get me a little, have to get the camera adjusted because I get my mug on getting some sound. I'm not sure which one I'm in, but you'll figure it out. My name is Gary 17. Many of you know me as that. Some of you, quite a few of you here, in fact someone just showed me a poster with one of my other names on it. From London, Ontario, Gary Webb Proctor. Back when I was publishing the Satellite City Scan and the Satellite magazine. And that's... I first met Pat Logier through my buddy Rob Minderman. And, Rob has kept Pat's memory and legacy alive as much as Donna, his lovely lady, has with the website. So is Rob with the recordings. And Rob, if you don't have one yet, get one of those CDs from Rob that he has of Pat's songs and some songs that he and Pat wrote together. Rob gave me a copy of some of Pat's stuff years ago. He has continued to keep Pat's memory alive. And I don't have any sound on this guitar, Rob. Rob? I don't have any sound on this guitar here. Just get that going then. Probably just have to unmute one of the channels.
Try it.
That's it. Okay, turn it down. That's good. Anyway, I want to thank my buddy Rob Minderman for all he's done to keep Pat's memory alive over the years. And he plays Pat Logier songs at his gigs. And so does Steve Paul Sims, who's been the key guy along with Donna in getting this night together. And one of the cool things to me about tonight is that I know Steve Paul and Rob haven't seen each other for a while. Sometimes friends have problems. And maybe they don't talk for a while. But in the process of preparing for tonight and putting tonight together, they got back together as friends, and I think Pat would have wanted that. Pat was the sort of guy who he didn't have a lot of angry bones in his body. I don't think I ever saw him really angry. He was a beautiful person, and as Norm so aptly put it, much too beautiful for this world. I'm going to play a song that I wrote in London around the time I first met Pat. Rob introduced me to Pat when I was doing the Satellite magazine. He said, I've got this great writer who wants to write for the magazine. And he brought Pat in, this scruffy-looking beatnik. We were hippies. He was a beatnik in the hippie age, go figure. But he was a scruffy-looking beatnik. And anyway, he's definitely a writer. I mean, once you heard his songs, you knew he was a writer, but he just wasn't a magazine writer. He didn't last very long writing for Satellite. I had to fire him pretty quickly, and that was when everyone working for the magazine was a volunteer. But we became friends and stayed friends over the years. And I remember in Pat's later years, actually in the early 90s, early mid-90s, we tried to get something going again. He was going through tough times then. He was dealing with some demons, and I guess at that point nobody could help him, and it was so sad to hear of his passing. But I guess in a way not surprising, but still shocking and depressing and sad. The song I'm going to sing I wrote, it's called Friends in Need, and actually I played this here not too long ago when my Well, my good friend Rachel Page, who I hadn't seen in 20 years, who's now living back in Toronto, who I knew from London back in those days, was doing a show here with Thomas, and they allowed me to play the song, which she inspired, actually. One night when we were smoking the good smoke and drinking the good drink at her place and chatting, and got me thinking about friends and friendship and how important it is to sort of look after your friends while they're still alive, while you still can. Which reminds me, my buddy Norm Hacking is here. You heard him play earlier. He's got some CDs back there now. Some of you may have received the email, or maybe you haven't. But Norm's going through a tough time, mostly because he's looking after his mother, who's not well. And Norm doesn't make a lot of money. He's basically a musician and a writer, and I think some of you know what that's like in terms of income. But he's got 3 brilliant CDs back there. Also, the last copy available of the When Cats Go Wrong book. If you've got cats or you've got a friend who likes cats, you want that book. It comes with the CD of cat songs by Norm Hacking. It's only 25 bucks. And he's got some CDs back there of his work, and another album of works of his songs done by amazing, famous musical artists. So, if you help Norm out by buying one of his CDs, it's going to a very good cause, and you will not be sorry. You can take Norm Hacking home with you in the spirit, and that's all about, like being part of this community that we're in here. And that's sort of what this song is about. So I'm going to play it, and I'm going to send it out to my buddy Pat Logier. I wish I could have done more to help him when he was in need.